You got this. I believe in you.
Yeah. Shut up.
You're so sweet.
I know. Are you counting me in?
3, 2.
Welcome to Booklore, the podcast where we explore the universe.
Should I do it?
No!
Literary first. Literary universe. Literary.
No. Okay, here we go. Ready? Count me in.
3, 2.
Welcome to Booklore, the podcast where we explore the literary universe one episode at a time.
Yes! Welcome to our very first episode of Booklore Podcast. We are so happy that you are here, that you're listening or watching us on YouTube.
Yeah.
We want to remind you, first and foremost, to follow us, okay?
First.
On all the social medias.
Yes,
okay?
all of them.
Booklore Podcast, Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Like pause right now. Everything.
Right.
Yeah, just pause us.
And just like open
Go
another
follow.
tab
Yeah.
and just go follow and then come back.
Totally.
Cool.
Cool.
Totally. So that's where you can find us on
Yes.
social media.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so this is our very first episode. So we thought we are going to do a little introduction, a little
Yes.
meet your hosts, if you will. So that is me, Sarah. You.
What's
your
your
name?
full name, Sarah? I know it's, or should we share that?
I could share like
Your
middle
whole name,
names.
your middle name?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. But yeah, we just want to introduce each other so you get to know us. We're going to talk a little bit about why we did the podcast, why this is so important to us, what we're excited about, and what's to come. Are you ready? Are you ready to dive in, listeners? Rob, are you ready?
I just want you to do your middle name.
Oh, so should
Yeah, you
I
start.
go first with my
Tell them about
introductions?
you.
Okay, so my name is Sarah. My middle name is Rachel.
So I knew that.
Sarah.
I knew
yeah,
that.
Sarah, Rachel.
'Cause it's
Rachel
like
has
friends.
no significant meaning. My parents just like the name. So like my siblings,
Yeah.
their middle names have significant meaning.
Okay.
Mine don't. So I'm just
Aw.
here sounding like, a rich Jewish lady.
Yeah.
Sarah Rachel.
Sure.
Which like amazing. I wish that was it for me. It's not. I am not Jewish nor rich. But my name is Sarah Rachel. So that's who I am. I'm really bad at these like get to
Okay.
know
How old
yas.
are you? Do you want to share that?
31.
Ooh,
People don't think because I do look like I'm 21.
yeah, that's true.
I
You actually do.
look really
Yeah.
young. They say it's going to pay off for me when I'm like in my 60s.
Oh.
So that's what I'm holding
Okay.
on hope for that.
Yeah.
Because everywhere else, they're just like, what grade are you in, little girl? Or like, I go to like department
Yeah.
stores or something, and they'll be like, no school today? And I'll be like, nope, I haven't been in school in like a long time.
Wow.
Yep.
So if you were to
Yep.
go buy a wine or something, it'd be like, for sure, show me your ID,
Oh,
lady.
every
I mean,
single
kid.
time.
Show me your
Yeah.
show me your ID, kid.
You're lying, you little kid.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's me.
And your last name is not pronounced Colantonio. It's Colantonio.
Colantonio, even though it's an O.
Why did you
but
look
it's-
at me like
yeah,
that?
because I was like confused as to where you were going with that. Yeah, Colantonio.
That was not a
I'm
confusing
Italian.
sentence. But
Well,
okay.
it's just Colantonio.
Yeah.
But you could just call me Sarah. It's fine. We don't.
That's
gotta
true. I'm
get
gonna
the
call you Sarah
whole
Rachel.
Last name going.
I'm going to call you Sarah
Go
Rachel.
for it. That's what I get called if I'm in trouble. Growing up, it was like the full name.
Then
so
perfect.
that just triggers me
Okay.
to think I'm in trouble.
Okay.
So yeah.
What is your besides reading books?
Yep.
What's your most favorite hobby?
My most favorite
Mm-hmm,
hobby, does shopping count? Because I'm really good at that.
Okay.
My hobby? Okay, so I'll just give a little list of things I like to do because I don't know if like,
long walks on the beach.
yeah, people are like hobbies and it makes me think on the spot, do I even have any hobbies? I'm in a
know
book
one of
club
them.
with some of my friends and that's really fun.
Yeah.
Which revolves around books still, but
Yeah, that's fine.
really
Books
fun.
are good.
Books are good. Books are good. I love to watch TV. Like
Yes, you
I
do.
love TV, like
Yes.
TV shows that like so what's the hottest TV show out right now? Like what
Yeah,
are you
yeah, yeah.
watching? Like I love that.
What's your favorite show right now?
My favorite show on TV right now is
Honestly.
The Bear. I just love
that
The Bear.
gives you
Yeah.
like some cred. But what's your actual
But
favorite show?
No, I love The Bear. I love
Mm-hmm.
The Bear. The acting is phenomenal. I actually just watched a show called My Lady Jane. Not just, but earlier, like a few
Okay.
months ago. My Lady Jane
Mm-hmm.
on Prime Video. It did get canceled
Oh.
after one season, but it was so good, so different.
Okay.
It's like it's giving Bridgerton / like Shadow and Bone. So there was some like fantastical magical elements into it,
Mm-hmm.
but like anything period piece, I love.
Oh,
any
yeah,
kind
me
of period.
too.
The Buccaneers
yeah.
on Apple TV is another really good show. They do have season 2 coming, so that's not canceled. So I'm very excited. About that.
Okay.
But yeah, I love just film. I love TVs. I'm a critic, even though I have no critic cred. Like,
Well,
there's no reason for me to be a critic, but I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm in this.
But you're
I'm
leaving out your actual hobby with TV.
What do you mean?
Reality TV. This is your true passion. This is your true passion.
Oh my gosh, how could I forget?
I don't
love reality
I'm sitting
TV.
there going, you're so full of it.
No, I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I don't know. I know. You're just like,
because
I like
once
all
you
the...
hit me with like, give me fun facts, I'm like, my brain
I know,
short circuits.
I know, it's true.
I love reality TV, any reality TV, except not
It's
the cooking
true.
shows. I don't really like Top Chef and like
No, you
Gordon
like all the
Ramsay.
dating ones.
I love all the dating shows. So, Love is Blind.
Mm-hmm. Farming for
the
Love.
American one and the UK one, which just had a new season drop.
Yes.
Love Island, UK and USA. Please and thank
Now,
you.
you don't have to tell everybody every country because I'm assuming that you
No. There's a big difference between
Or
the
nation.
UK and the USA one.
Yeah.
Because up until this summer.
But can we assume that you like them from wherever they come from?
Yeah, but this summer the UK one wasn't good and the USA one trumped that, and that never happens.
So
So
did
there
you
was a whole
watch
thing.
all of both of them?
I sure did.
Yeah.
But the US one was
Okay,
better.
but does Canada ever have a good version of any of these
No.
things?
Never.
Right.
Even like Bachelor Canada is sad. Farming for Love, sad.
Right. I thought you loved that one.
Sad.
Is there
I
like
liked-
hockey guy
I
love
like the premise
kind of thing?
Do you know what?
What?
That is what we need to pitch.
Hockey guy love?
Yeah. So if Peacock or Hulu or Disney is watching this,
Is that the title?
what did you say?
Hockey guy love.
Pucking for Love. That's what I call it.
No.
Yep. So that we need to pitch.
Uh-huh.
We need to
Yeah,
pitch.
I don't think you need to pitch it to those people. You could, but I think you'd probably get further in Canada finding like somebody down in, I don't know, Bell or something like that. And go
Okay,
pitch
Bell
them.
Media.
Yeah, something like that.
Bell
I don't
TV.
know. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, love reality TV. Okay, love Harry Styles.
Yes, you do.
Love Harry Styles. If you could see behind on my little bookshelf back there, which I don't know if you can on this camera.
I can.
I have a whole bunch of Harry Styles Easter eggs in my home.
Does
I have
she
stuff
ever?
hanging. I have stuff hanging on the wall. I have stuff on my shelf. I have stuff on the bookshelf. There's pictures of him on my fridge
Yeah.
because I love him so. I love
You
him
do.
so deeply.
These
the
are
the day he gets married, it's over for me.
Okay.
Like I know I really don't have a chance now. As long as he's single,
Yeah, I
in
mean,
my
you do-
mind,
you have a chance. You have a
so you're
chance.
saying I got a chance?
You do. Yep. Yep. You do. I mean, technically, you do.
Yeah. Anyways,
He could watch this podcast and go,
He could.
oh, man.
Harry, if you're listening.
Wow.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Yep.
I don't like
That's
that.
what Harry
I don't like
Styles
that
does,
at all.
though. You
I don't-
know he does that when he's...
He absolutely does not do
Yes, he
that.
does.
Don't ruin anything for me. He does not.
And he's probably naturally blonde. Anyways.
Anyways, that's me. Okay?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
In a very short little nutshell that was not that short. Rob,
Yeah.
you go.
What do I
save this
what?
segment.
What do you need? What do you want to know? My name's
Who
Robert.
are you? What are you passionate about? What do you love? You have children.
I have lots of children.
Yep, you're married to our producer who's behind the camera.
Who's
Shannon,
way
the
out
goddess.
of my league. Right?
Yeah, because she's a goddess.
I know.
And you're not.
I know. I have to always. We have this conversation, me and Shannon, almost every day. I also be like, "Oh, sorry. Yes, I remember. You are a goddess."
Amen.
I know. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm not 31.
No.
That's all I'll say about that.
Okay.
And then I do have 4 children. They range from like 5 to just about 17.
Crazy.
3 beautiful girls, like stunning girls.
Yeah.
And Sam.
Stop. Your son, Sam.
He's handsome.
He
He's
is.
not a
Why
stunning.
did you say it like that? And Sam.
Because he's Sam. He likes to wear sweatpants.
Preteen. He is a teen. He's 13.
He's 13 and he
14.
14. Yeah, sorry.
It's
He-
like the
and he
awkward
wears
stage.
sweatpants to like graduation. That
He wants to be comfortable.
he sure does. He does.
You know what?
But he's
a
like
man who
he's
knows
getting
himself.
so tall, and I mean
Yeah.
he's an awesome kid. He's a really talented kid, and all like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I would do injustice to any of them by keeping going because they all have so many talents. They're all
Yeah.
just really cool kids.
Yeah.
I have tons of hobbies, probably too many hobbies because I have ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
And so but literally, like I was diagnosed.
Yeah, he really does.
And I take pills for it. I don't know if they work. Because I have a million things.
I'm gonna say
a million
they're
things.
not working right now
No, they're working.
for either of us.
Well,
I don't take any, but
so, yeah, I mean, I take the knockoffs because
Yeah.
I don't know. I take whatever they give me and they go, here's
yeah,
the knockoffs.
they are prescribed by a doctor.
Oh.
Right. So you have lots of hobbies. What are your hobbies?
Yeah. I write. I'm in school for writing. So,
but you're also an author.
Well, that is just a synonym for I write.
No, but like people can say like me, I write, but I have nothing published.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't either.
You do.
I don't have a published book. I published my own book.
That's self-published. It's still published.
Okay.
It counts.
Okay.
It counts.
Yeah, it's got the word in it. Anyways, but I don't care if it's published or not published. It's a really great book, and it's a children's book. And the artist who teamed up with me is insanely talented. Insanely talented. And then I have a second one in the kids' books coming out with another artist who's insanely talented. She's just a little slower than my first artist, so it's taking a while for that book to come out.
Yeah.
But I'm writing plays right now. I'm writing a full-length feature script right now and a novel right now. And then on
You're so cool.
Yeah, no, that's what
Seriously,
I am.
I'm not being sarcastic.
I'm in a class with like 22-year-olds and I'm 47, but darn it, I just said how old I was. But there's an older guy than me. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, is there?
Here's this thing though. One of my instructors is, I don't know, he's got to be in his 50s. And so he like did some crazy writing for different Canadian shows in the past. But every time he talks about CBC, he brings me into the fray. Like I know everything he's talking about, right? But there's like got to be a decade between us or something. I don't know what it is.
It's just like older men,
he's just
older
like,
white men, no CBC.
You know what I'm talking about, Wayne and Schuster, right? Tommy Hunter. And I'm like, I think my dad watched those shows. I don't know.
You're like, don't let me into that.
Yeah. Talk to Jerry. He's older than me. So
not Jerry.
I love Jerry. Jerry's
we love
cool.
You, Jerry.
Yeah, love Jerry. Jerry's cool. Super cool. Actually, he's an instructor at the school. Okay. I play video games. I go for walks. I play the piano. I somewhat write music a little bit. Well, I used to more so. I read books and I podcast with my friend, my bestie.
Yay,
right. So
that's me. You made me sound very boring.
No.
I feel like compared to what you just said.
I think that the key.
I sit on my couch and watch reality
No, but here's
TV.
the key to having this many hobbies.
Yeah.
Be at like 10% finished of everything, and then you have all these hobbies.
That's crazy.
Right? So like, I mean.
I can't operate in that way. I feel like I need to finish something, you know?
Yeah, and for me, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, like, I read 990 pages of a 1,000-page book and bailed, so.
I can't believe that you did that. That's a tale for another time. That's a tale for another time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I think they can get the gist of the tale from that.
Well, we can go more in depth about that, your thought process on that, because that's just alarming to me.
Right.
Criminal, I would say. Criminal.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
True.
Okay, so that's a little bit about us.
Yes.
Brief introductions.
Totally.
Brief. That was probably like 15 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have all already said we love to read.
Well, okay.
Love to write.
You love to read.
I do love to read, yeah.
Like an insane amount. I'm not going to say an unhealthy amount.
Thank you.
But it's crazy how much you read.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever. Last year I read like 10 books in the year. I don't think I'll ever really top that per se. Oh yeah, he's holding the mug and it says books. That's for the listeners who can't see anything.
They didn't need to know anything happened there at all.
Well, there was kind of just like a weird jurgling of the ice that I heard.
That will happen every time I take a drink.
Anyways, I don't think I'll ever beat that 110.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's 2 books a week.
I feel as though
Do you have pamphlets? Are you counting pamphlets in your books?
No. I was thinking maybe perhaps I just wasn't as much outside as I should have been last year because I was just like inside reading the whole time.
And winter.
Could have been the whole thing. And winter's rough here in Ottawa. Well, although last year wasn't as bad. But anyways,
it's true.
We got a lot of snow and ice. There's a lot of ice here.
There actually isn't.
I'm not from Ottawa originally,
there is.
Yeah. But I don't think I'll ever get to that point again. But I do love to read. And so part of our love of reading and storytelling and writing and just sharing stories is why and how Booklore was kind of birthed. And so maybe we could share what do you love so much about storytelling and reading? Like what's the importance? What do you love about it? When did you first fall in love with reading? Can you take us back a little bit?
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll try to do that short because we could go on forever.
Yeah.
So reading has been a love-hate relationship for me because partly because ADD. Like I could literally read 12 pages of a book and forget that I was reading and then go, oh man,
yeah,
I got to go read those 12 pages
All over
again.
Yeah, I didn't retain
Because I was
anything.
like thinking about everything else.
Yeah.
But when I get like really focused in on a book, I love it. Right. So for me, it was Lord of the Rings. It was The Hobbit. I know how you feel about that. But the world building for it was crazy. I do remember thinking like, okay, this guy really describes everything.
Oh,
Right?
everything.
Yeah.
Like to an exaggeration.
Right. And so like compared to the type of writing I like now,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's different.
But it was also written in what 1937, something like that.
Yeah, a long time
Yeah,
ago.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that really kind of hooked me.
Yeah.
And then I just went through on and off seasons of reading, not reading. Definitely bought a lot of books that I haven't read.
Yeah.
But
I feel like, do you even love books if you don't do that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like honestly, just more recently though, I can never say her name right. Delia.
Delia.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, Delia Owen.
Yep.
Where the Crawdads sing, like, just was so beautiful. Like the story, the way
Yeah.
she wrote,
Yep.
was like it. I was transfixed.
Yeah.
Right. So, got me very passionate. But I'm a storyteller,
Mm-hmm.
and
Very
so I
much
think
so.
story is just so powerful. For what I love about it is the emotion it draws out of people,
Mhm.
and the way it can teach. Though I don't necessarily love books that intend to teach, like, or that are
Right.
preachy.
Yeah.
Like
in your face.
yeah, but
yeah.
more the inspiring. So like every
Mhm.
story essentially has an arc for
Yep.
the protagonist, and so often it's some type of hero journey,
Right.
right? Because it's just so powerful. And so yeah, I mean, just seeing how many people work through what it takes for someone to struggle and then overcome, I love it.
Okay.
So that's me.
So you like to champion people. Like you want to read a book that's like there's someone to root for. Like you want them to succeed. You want them to just like win.
It'd be weird, I think, if I
want them to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of us,
Yeah.
I mean, probably some people go, I just want a crazy story, or maybe there's people who just want to be like, oh, I want to see them do something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just really like being inspired.
Love it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
go.
Me.
What's the book that made you fall in love?
Woo.
And what do you love now?
Okay. I think a book that made me fall in love initially when I was a little girl was Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
That.
How
book
old were you
made
when
me-
you fell in love with that one?
I think I was like 10. Yeah. I think I was
So you just finished your growth spurt. Your last
no,
growth spurt.
literally. Oh yeah, I should have said that in my like fun facts. I'm a tiny human.
She's a
I'm
tiny
literally
human.
just 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
And that could be why people think I'm also a teenager. But
Yeah.
it's fine.
So are you exaggerating with 5 feet?
No, I'm just at 5 feet.
Okay, okay.
Just at 5 feet
In lifts. Okay. Go on.
in my heart. No, I am. I did get measured at the doctor. Okay. The Chronicles of Narnia
Yeah.
is what really made me fall in love. And like I can remember vividly like where I was, what I was doing as a 10-year-old when I read the part of the book where like Lucy steps out of the wardrobe into Narnia for the first time and like sees
So
Mr.
magical.
Tumnus. So magical. And I just thought like, oh my gosh, like I'm seeing a movie in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because some people are like, books are so boring. Reading is really boring. I thoroughly believe there's a book for everybody. There's a book there's a story for everybody. Like you just, it might take time for you to figure it out, but I really believe there's a book for everybody. But I remember just being like, oh my gosh, like my imagination is so alive right now.
Yeah.
And I just loved reading till then. Like, Anne of Green Gables was another big one for me when I was like 12.
My sister loved that book.
Loved it. And as a Canadian, it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Like
it's Canadiana for sure.
Yeah.
How many times has that been like redone in some way?
Oh gosh.
Like in film form, you know?
Oh,
Like,
a lot.
Yeah.
More than 3.
Yes.
For sure. Like
So 4
I'm
at
like
least.
thinking of like, and then they made TV shows out of it. And anyways.
And like Road to Avonlea was like a
spin, or it's like the second, a continuation
Right,
of
right,
Anne of
right,
Green
yeah.
Gables. Like
Yeah.
she's older. And
yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, that, and my favorite book of all time is Little Women.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I could do a whole episode on just why Little Women is so important and why that book was so ahead of its
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like the beautiful story
Yeah.
between sisterhood
Oh,
and
okay. So when was that written?
girlhood. Oh gosh. Long time ago. We're gonna get Shannon to be our little fact
Is it
checker.
1800s?
I always mess it up between that and Pride and Prejudice. I always get the years wrong. So she's
Pride and
gonna
Prejudice,
check
was that
for us.
Bronte?
It was Jane Austen.
Jane Austen.
Yeah, who love. 1860, 18 what? 1868.
What did Bronte write?
Yeah. Oh,
Jane
Jane
Eyre?
Eyre.
Jane Eyre.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, Little Women is
It's
my
crazy how many
favorite book of all
amazing
time.
female authors are in the past,
Yes.
right? Like we don't have Frankenstein without like Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an iconic
Yeah.
horror film
Yep.
monster.
And yeah.
And if we didn't have Mary Shelley,
Yep.
we don't have Frankenstein.
I know. The women know what they're doing.
The women know what they're doing.
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
The women know what
no.
they're doing. Yeah. Anyway, so Little Women is like all time. I read it sometimes 2 times a year. I'll audio listen to it. I love it so much. So
I've only seen that movie from like the 90s or 80s.
No.
Or
2019 Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, I will
That's
watch
the
it.
best
I probably should just go
adaptation.
read the book though, because
Read the
it's
book
been enough of a
first,
separation from watching the movie. I loved Little Women.
Yeah.
Christian Bale,
Yeah.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, it was Lori. Yeah.
Right? What's her name? Romeo and Juliet.
Claire Danes.
Yeah, Claire Danes.
Yeah.
Anyways, but it's enough of a separation that I should probably just read it.
You should.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Read it at Christmas time.
I read
It's so special.
We didn't last year, but we
do you
typically
read at
read
Christmas?
A Christmas Carol
Oh yeah.
as a
Okay.
family.
That's a good one.
Love it.
As a family, but for yourself, read Little Women. I
Yes.
read it at Christmas time.
Yes. Yeah.
So good. Yep. I fell in love with that originally, and I took some like time off of reading, like when I was like in college, and kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And then only just probably like just before the pandemic did I like pick up reading again, and I read Where the Crawdads Sing. I read that and another book, which we're gonna talk about later, but
Yeah.
that got me really back into reading because it was so beautiful, it was so poetic, and it just drew me in.
Yeah.
That's what I love about reading is, like you said, it's the human experience.
Yeah.
And it draws empathy. It's just you're put into somebody else's story,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hopefully like resonate with something in that story or a character or whatever, right?
Yep.
So that's why I love reading.
Oh, me too.
And that's why we're doing this, because we want to take you on the journey
Yes.
of discovering new books, talking about books,
Yeah.
getting into literature, getting
Yes.
into writing, storytelling, creating.
I kind of try
all
and build a
things that
community
we're-
around
all things that we're passionate
around
about.
reading and books. And for me, it's just like I think that we need a return to some analog part of life.
Yeah.
Where it's you and some words and your imagination, because man, we're just missing so much.
Yeah.
And people are not engaging with story in that way anymore. And lots of people do, but many don't.
Yeah.
More don't than do.
Yeah.
So
We want to bring that back.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we want to build a community.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's
Okay.
why we're doing it.
That's why we're doing it. Let's give them a little taste
Yes.
of what's to come
Okay.
on Booklore Podcast.
All
Okay.
right.
So
Oh man.
2 things. So number 1, we are going to be diving
Uh-huh.
into a very popular
A blank of blank and blank.
fantasy series. And so here's kind of like the layout. So the at the top of every month,
Mm-hmm.
we are going to recap this book series, like
Yes.
one at a time.
Yes.
Okay. And so I said in the pandemic, I really got back into reading. So Where the Crawdads Sing was what did it for me.
Yeah.
And also this book.
Yeah.
Drum roll, are we ready? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We are going to read A Court of Thorns and Roses by
Court
Sarah
of
J.
Thorns and Roses. Yes.
So once a month, we'll do one book, and then book number 2, and
And
then book number 3, book number 4.
it's not really in my realm, because it's
No,
not straight
it's really not.
fantasy. It's
romantasy, if you will.
Yeah.
So if you
I'm
have,
nervous about the books that she's going to get me to read.
Oh, I'm so ready for this. You have no idea.
I think she has like a really bad cowboy romance in there
I
somewhere.
sure
and
do.
I swear there's a hockey romance.
There is. It's over there. It's called Icebreaker, but I won't make you read that one.
Thank you.
It's a little risque,
Yeah.
But I
virgin ears.
will be making you read some cowboy romance. Perhaps a little Elsie Silver.
Can I DNF any of this stuff?
Or no. For this, you have to. You have to read all the way through. But then you're also going to pick books for me that wouldn't necessarily be in my realm of reading. So we're even. We're even.
I don't think we're even.
Only
my
one way
realm.
to find out.
My
folks.
realm's gonna be like A Man Called Ova or
I like that book. No, I feel like
Midnight
you'll-
Library.
Yeah.
Yours is gonna be like Skating to Love. I don't know.
Swift and Saddled.
Oh gosh.
Done and dusted. Those are real names of books that I will make you read.
Oh.
So stay tuned. But yeah, so we're going to
foresee
read
some vicar scenes.
We're going to read the ACOTAR series.
Yes,
So
yes.
if you have not read that, this is your invitation to start with book 1 because in a few episodes we're going to discuss book number 1.
Yeah, when is
Right?
that? In
That is in
next
week. Yeah, that's next week.
week.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a few episodes.
No,
I can't do math.
Yeah,
which is also a fun fact about me.
So
I've
if you
failed
haven't
math
read it, get
multiple
into
times.
it. But
Yeah.
if you want to see, I don't know,
If you have read it
how
and you
I
want to join the
respond to it,
yeah,
and-
please come back because there's just if you read it, you know there's so many things that we can unpack here, and I can't wait. So we're gonna discuss that next week.
Yep.
Beautiful. And we also want to invite you in. We talked about creating a community of book lovers and storytellers, and we just want to get people to love reading. So we are creating a book club. Okay.
Yes.
It's on the Fable app. It's called Booklore Readers Society.
It's legit.
It is legit. So you have to find us on the Fable app. If you don't know what the Fable app is, it's like Goodreads but better.
It's an app that says it's called Fable.
Yep. So you can track your reading. You can put like your TBR to be read list on there. You can add friends. You can find lots of book clubs. So that's where you're going to find our book club, Booklore Reader Society.
Yes, Booklore
right?
Reader
And
Society.
if you use Goodreads, you can import all of your Goodreads to Fable. So it's like super, super easy.
What is it
But
like?
we want you to join our book club on there. And we are going to be reading. Should we tell them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're drinking your drink.
I've got ice
Beautiful.
cube now.
Okay, we are going to be reading together, and you have a few weeks to read this. We're going to be reading The Third Wife of Faraday House. And so I just started reading this.
Yes, me too.
Yep,
I mean, I
just
think we're both
started.
halfway in.
And I'm going to tell you, it sucked me in already.
Yeah.
Truthfully. So go over to Booklore Reader Society on the Fable app, and you can. The beautiful thing about the Fable app is that per chapter you can add discussion.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So if you read like say chapter, I don't know, 4.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, that's crazy. You can write the comments in there, and then
Yeah.
other people could see it and join the conversation. So make sure you join us on the Fable app to do
Join
that.
us on the Fable
Yeah.
app.
Beautiful.
I need to go deal with myself on the Fable app.
Yeah, you really do. You said I need to go deal with myself on the Fable app.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Get on to it.
Yes,
Get on to it.
yes.
It's really good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can't wait.
So that is who we are. I'm Sarah. You are.
I'm Rob.
And we are Booklore Podcast. And we're excited to just explore, like you said, the
Yeah.
literary universe. One episode at a time.
Episode at a time.
That's it. And we'll see you next week for ACOTAR Book 1.
Bye-bye. We do need an
I don't know
end.
how to end that. Yeah.
No,